Good morning, it's Margaret Fetty at the University of Sewing, and this is Facebook Live. And believe it or not, we may be almost back to a little bit of normalcy. Dave's holding the camera this morning for me, which means that we probably won't do a full version of this like we normally do over a half an hour, because I'm gonna have to take him home.
Yep, Dave's referred to as...
I'm sorry, what?
The foot. He's now referred to as the foot.
Oh. Yeah, he's kind of a mess. And yesterday I decided to wipe out my foot too. So I have a nice little bruise on top of one of my feet. I think I was trying to be, what do they say? It's sympathy hurt for him. So I wanted everybody to know that we are back in action here with lots of wonderful things to show you. But you guys always ask me about my clothes, and I wanted to show you the cute top I'm wearing today. And it is a really cute top, a perfect top to add with a border print. And sometimes those are kind of hard to figure out what to do.
So where'd you buy that, Margaret?
I made it. I made it. It is a Grain Line Studio pattern. It is so simple. The only thing you have to maybe change are your dart positions, because you know they never put the dart positions in the right place for most of us. So we got the dart position changed on it. It's perfect, and I've got this really cute top, and it's made out of this gorgeous fabric from Italy. You guys, we have plenty of this still, which is crazy because you need some of this. Look how pretty this is. So, you know what? It is heavy enough that if you wanted to, you could make a cool pillow out of it. So maybe you don't see it as something for a garment for you, which I don't know why, because it's really beautiful. Cream is the color instead of white, and it's got this black with these lovely, lovely border down here. And so this is really beautiful, and the print I don't think is exceptionally large. So I think you need some of this. So I hope that showing you some way you can use a border print like this, and we've got a number of them in the shop, and it might be a great way for you to go ahead and do a top out of something that you love, and you were wondering how you were gonna do that. So we've got that one we're gonna put aside. Oh, sharing. I always forget about this. I usually have Denise or Dave have to remind me. So today, would you please share our video? We are going to give away this nice little sample of fabrics. It's very pretty little florals in here. And this is a group of samples that we received from one of our fabric vendors. And we are gonna give this to the person who shares our video, and we pick your name out of the group of people who did that. So the deal with this is, if you've never watched our videos before and you're curious how this works, what we do is you hit the share button on your Facebook feed, and then you go into the comments and you say, Margaret, I shared. And I will put your name into the drawing for one of our wonderful little prizes that we give. And we can mail them anywhere in the US, so please feel free to share no matter where you are. Okay, so we've got some gorgeous, gorgeous stuff to show you today, and I am super excited about it because, you know, some weeks we get in a few things, some weeks we get in a mountain of things. This week we just got a few things, but they're all really cool and exceptional. So we're gonna start off with talking about a few books that we just received in. We've got one called Foolproof Art Quilts. Now, those of us who like to do quilts, we're always looking for inspiration and ways that we can increase our knowledge and get more creative with our quilts. This book will really help you. There's lots of exercises in here and things for you to do, and we can all learn something from doing these kind of projects. So we've gotten this one in. Then we have Machine Magic. This is a really pretty book. I love this. This is a pillow that they suggest making. And this is, you can do all these stitches using either your embroidery or your decorative stitches on your machine. And they show you all the techniques for doing these kind of really exceptional machine applique methods. So that is a really cool one. I'm not familiar with Deborah Louie, but I will tell you, this is a gorgeous, gorgeous book. And she shows some wonderful ways to do some practices and things that can be made into beautiful stuff. I think it's a great book. So then, now a lot of you probably know Laura Koya. And Laura does a YouTube series of things. She's really popular on YouTube. And this book is really cool. If you are teaching anyone to sew, if you are maybe a newbie to sewing, this book will be wonderful because it's got 23 different projects in it, and it's all teaching you how to do more and more with your sewing. And you know what? They're adorable. I saw her on a video the other day where she was talking about this book. She's got a cute little reversible apron. She's got all kinds of stuff going on here. So really beautiful little bags, really cute stuff. Then we've got the all-in-one quilter's reference. Now this is really awesome. This will show you how to break up all of your blocks so that if you have a quilt you're making and you've got a block and you're wondering how much fabric to get for it, it shows you a lot of information. If you've bought this in the past, this is an updated version of this, and they've got 40% more things in here to go. They are really helpful. There is tips here from Harriet Hartgrave, Cheryl Craig, Alexander Anderson, and Liz Alusky. And I think that from what I've seen of it, and I haven't gone through every bit of this, but boy, it sure does look like it would be useful to have in my purse and to be able to take it to the shop and make sure that I'm getting the yardage I mean to. There's nothing worse. I can't tell you how many times a week recently it seems like we get a customer coming in here and their comment is, I didn't buy enough fabric for my project. Well, most of the time it's not because they weren't willing to buy that fabric, it's because they just didn't know how much to buy. And sometimes it's because we buy stuff and we don't know what we're going to use it for. So that's legitimate. But that book is really going to help you get a lot closer to the correct amount of yardage on things. Okay, so we've got some new leather thimbles in. These are from Nimble Thimble, and we've got some of these in there, and they are really going to be handy for you. If you don't like a traditional thimble, or there's sometimes where traditional thimbles don't work very well, they've got a new sturdy metal tip on the inside of them so that you don't have any problems pushing the needle through, and those are going to be handy. We have been out of this for a while, and I want to make sure I let everybody know we have the big book of long arm quilting. Now, I know some of you have your long arm quilting machines, and if you haven't bought this yet, it's really worth your while to get this. You're going to find a lot of information about doing a wide variety of things, including ruler work in it, and I think you're going to find it really useful. So, you know, and even though it's Bernina specific, I think there's a lot of information in there about like loading your quilts and how to set things up to do a good job on your quilting that you're really going to enjoy. So you might even consider it even if you don't have a Bernina long arm. I mean, obviously they're going to cover Qmatic stuff in there, which is the computer part of the Bernina, but I think a lot of the just general information might be useful. All right, so let's get to the really pretty stuff. How about a kit? This is called Illuminate, and how pretty is this? This is a bunch of Northcott fabrics. It's a lot of their Bliss fabrics, and these are just absolutely gorgeous. This thing looks like a stained glass window without the really intense stained glass piecing that one has to do. It's really quite pretty. So I think that we've got that one, and we've got Stratify, and I'm just gonna tell you, I've got to go into the system and correct the spelling for Stratify. We apparently made an error in that. It's spelled SR in the system, but if you just go into the latest arrivals, you'll see which one it is, and we'll get that spelling figured out here pretty quickly, but I've got to take Dave home first before I do that. How about some really, really gorgeous, here, I'll pull those over for you, Dave. How about some really gorgeous metallic threads? One of the things that's really always been a problem is metallics tend to shred and they are really problematic. Well, Isocor, the company that makes our wonderful embroidery, quilting, all-purpose thread, Yemnet is made by Isocor, same people. And they make this gorgeous thread, and it is a lot sturdier, a lot more, you're gonna have a lot less problems with this metallic than you will with a lot of them. And it comes in, I wanna say at least 10 or 12 different colors. I've got a nice selection here for you, but they've got some variegateds. This one's really pretty. So there's some variegateds in here. So really nice stuff and be able to go ahead and do that. So let's talk about some Free Spirit fabric. We just got in this wonderful line of Free Spirit fabrics. There's a bunch of really pretty ones here. You've got your purple and your green, these wonderful dots. They don't look like your typical polka dot fabric at all. They're very pretty. None of the dots are really perfect, which I kind of like. We've got this wonderful window pane, crosses. It's very, very pretty. And we've got that in yellow. And let's see, what other colors do I have it in? Okay, we have it in this wonderful blue. These are really bright and cheerful fabrics. Then we've got one called Brush Strokes. And Brush Strokes is this wonderful green. Then we've got a blue. And then, I'm gonna dump things here a little bit. We've got this wonderful fabric, and I think this one might just be called Textures. Look at this gorgeous pink. It is so pretty. We've got that in pink, blue. No, we've got it in pink and orange. And I'm gonna bring the orange over here for a minute. So there's the orange. And I'll tell you what, right now there is some wonderful, pretty, bright colors out here. These are also cheerful, and I think you guys will find those nice. Then we've got a couple of fabrics that look almost like kaleidoscopes. Do you remember the spirograph you had when you were a kid? You could make this out of it. Isn't that really pretty? So we have that in blue, and we have it in the red. So really pretty fabrics, really nice. Okay, how about a little switch? We are going to go ahead and change to some Japanese fabrics. And this one right here is a gorgeous small print. It is from the company Sevenberry. It is a offshoot of Kaufman, Robert Kaufman fabrics. These are made in Japan. And this is a really beautiful little tiny print. We've got that in 3 different kinds of prints. They're all just really nice and beautiful. So we've got those. And then we have this one right here, which is a cream background with little tiny blue flowers on it. The other one is obviously blue with little cream flowers on it.
And how do you suggest you use these, Margaret?
These three fabrics would make, they're not sheer, but they are lightweight. And I would probably make a summer top out of them. They're certainly fine for quilting. They're 100% cotton, so you can certainly use them for quilting, but they would make the cutest front button top. You could go ahead and make little girls' dresses, a pretty skirt, all of that should work. So they're really beautiful. So the last thing I wanted to show you, and unfortunately, we cannot ship these. So I'm gonna show it to you because I just am fascinated. We have got a very wrinkled piece of fabric, and there is a product out on the market. Maybe you have seen this. I have never seen this before. It is called I Hate Ironing. And we carry it in the store. You can buy it from us locally, but I can't ship it because they don't let you ship this. But what's so cool about this stuff is they tell you in the directions to go ahead and spray in sweeping motions. And usually, I hope you guys saw the wrinkles in that fabric, but this is incredible because what you do is this with it, and the wrinkles go away. It's unbelievable. I just did it on the top half of this fabric. You can see the other half is somewhat wrinkled, although some of that even came out. I mean, it is incredible. I don't know what this stuff is, but it says it's gluten-free, which I thought was funny. But apparently that's so that you know it's not going to be attracting bugs or anything. And they suggest this for when you have projects that you just don't want to really go to the iron and you want to do something like this. Well, I was thinking, you know, I always trying to iron that great big piece of backing for my quilt. Maybe this would be the answer to getting that fixed. So I'm thinking about this. I'm gonna let you know how that works. I haven't tried it on a backing yet, but if you can spray it and you can shake it out, it does seem to do the trick. I can't even believe it. I'm just fascinated. This was so wrinkled when I started off, and it is not so wrinkled right now. Now, I did try it on a polyester tablecloth, and that didn't seem to work so well. It seems to work really well for cotton. So I'll fill you in on more things that we try it with, but I don't mind ironing, so it's not like that's a big deal, but sometimes the pieces are big and kind of cumbersome on an ironing board and so forth, so I thought this might be handy. We've also got now Best Press 2 in the shop and Best Press in the shop. So if you are looking for those products, we are carrying them, and they are pretty handy, so I thought that I would let you know we've got them. Everybody, thank you for everything. Thank you for the cards. Dave has gotten several cards from our customers wishing him well, and we can't tell you how much that's meant to us that you guys think about us like that. We feel like you're family too, so thank you very much. Remember, when you share, we always have a little gift that we send out to you, so go ahead and go and put your name down if you shared. If you do, you know what, if you don't like the thing we're giving away that day, you can still share. So I hope you will do that. We're gonna get ready to go here. I'm gonna get Dave back home. I'm gonna get my employees started off here, and I hope that you are gonna have a wonderful Saturday. It's supposed to rain here in Bloomington, but maybe it's sunny where you're at. If you're in California or Oregon or someplace like that, maybe it's gonna be a sunny day, I don't know. But I hope whatever the day brings you, you have a wonderful day, and thank you for being our customers and our friends. We do appreciate you greatly, and we will see you next Friday for Facebook Live.